No!
World of Warcraft Hardcore is probably the craziest way of playing the game nowadays. But what's so funny is that it's so crazy that it's growing in popularity at insane levels, because it's so unique that a lot of people who got bored from retail, or got bored from Wrath of the Lich King, or got bored from standard normal vanilla, they're playing hardcore, and it's honestly a really nice breath of fresh air to the World of Warcraft gameplay experience. So pretty much you create a character in this mode, you have to level it up all the way to level 60, and make sure you don't die, because if you die, guess what happens? You have to delete your character. And no, you cannot resurrect, you have to delete and start all over again. Oh my god, crazy, right? So yeah, I mean, it's probably a stupid idea to just create a character, spend hundreds of hours leveling all the way up to 60 just to get it deleted. Well, that's the fun part, because it changes the way you play the video game. So in this video, I'm going to explain why hardcore in World of Warcraft Classic is so special. So the number one reason why hardcore World of Warcraft is so special is because you value your character's life a lot. Like, way more than in standard World of Warcraft. Like, listen to me. In retail WoW, or in any version of a WoW, when you're playing, you don't care about your character. You don't care if he dies. If your character dies, just rest, repair your armor, and there you go. You just keep doing whatever you were doing. It's not a big deal to die in this game, honestly. It's not. But what happens is that with World of Warcraft Classic, it changes the spectrum of everything. So pretty much when you get near a camp full of mobs, you just don't rush in and just kill everything in sight. You can't do that, because if you die, you have to delete your character and start all over. So pretty much, you have to use a lot of strategy and think how to approach the mobs. You pull in too many mobs, you're dead. You confront an elite mob, you're dead. Get inside a cave, can't get out because it's full of mobs, you're dead. You're dead anyways. So you have to think. This changes your mindset with the whole game. Trust me when I tell you this. You really enjoy the game in a different way. I'm not saying it's better than normal World of Warcraft, but it's just a different way of playing it, and it's actually really special. But what's really crazy is that you're not hitting the like button on this video, and you're not subscribing, because if you love World of Warcraft, you should subscribe. Just saying. But what's interesting is that this is a community-made project. This is not something official from Blizzard, so you have to follow certain rules. One of those rules is not to group up with anybody at all. You cannot group up with people, you cannot trade, you cannot use the auction house, you can only group up with people to do dungeons, and you can only do the dungeons one time. So if you want to do dead mines, you can only do dead mines once. That's it. You cannot repeat the dungeon. You can enable PvP also, but if you die in PvP, guess what happens? You have to delete as well. So it's a crazy concept. Your life is super valuable in this mode, and that's so magical. But it's also magical because, here's the thing, the reason why a lot of people love WoW Classic is because of the leveling experience and the community around it. Seeing players around you all the time, leveling up with you, interacting with each other, and things like that. That's a really cool thing about WoW Classic. And that's why a lot of WoW Classic players are constantly asking for fresh servers, because they want to start that leveling experience again with everybody at the same time. Thing is, World of Warcraft Hardcore keeps that freshness all the time. Guess why? Because people are dying all the time, so people are starting all over all the time. People are starting fresh all the time. So whenever you start your hardcore character, you're gonna see people everywhere regardless, because that's what happens. People are dying and they're starting their new characters all over again. And that's the magic of World of Warcraft Hardcore. It just stays relevant all the time. You see players all the time. That's so cool. It's genius. So not long ago, the classic WoW servers were absolutely dead, and now it's full of players playing hardcore, making sure their characters don't die, and if they die, they have to start all over again. So it doesn't matter what you do, that if you start a new character, you will always see new characters everywhere, because people are dying all the time. It's just so cool. And also the sensation of leveling up and seeing people die around you, it's so sad and at the same time satisfying, because you're like, ha, this guy died. How pathetic, I'm still alive. Because the cool thing is that to actually participate in this project, in this game mode, you have to download an add-on called World of Warcraft Hardcore. So once you download the add-on will check if you die once. Die once, the add-on will mark you as actually not hardcore anymore, because if you die, you have to delete. And the cool thing about the add-on is that it connects with other players. So if another player dies, it doesn't matter where, but if another player dies, there's like this pop-up message right in front of you that says, this player from this class at this level died. And you're like, wow, incredible. And like there's this death log and you can see everybody dying around you. It's just insane. It's so cool. I love it. In fact, it is so popular that people are asking Blizzard to please launch official hardcore servers because it is so good and it is so addicting that playing this on official servers has to be super fun. Because here's the thing, there are a lot of restrictions in the rules of hardcore. It's mainly because there's nothing that can assure you that the person you're grouping with is someone from hardcore or not, or someone who's sending you gold through trade maybe is someone who isn't playing in hardcore and it's not playing with the rules, so you're probably cheating when you receive gold from someone who's not playing on hardcore. So the reason why official hardcore servers are such a cool idea, it's mainly because it's gonna make the community interact with each other even more, and you'll be able to interact with people and group up with people and use the auction house and trade and do everything because you know that everybody will be hardcore. It's gonna be in the code of the game that if you die you have to delete your character. It's gonna be in the code. There's no way of cheating. You can't cheat because it's in the actual code of the game. The cool thing about these official servers is that it's not something officially announced by Blizzard, but people actually found out that Blizzard is actually developing a new client for World of Warcraft Classic 1.15. So the current client, the one we're playing, is 1.14. So this one, the new one that's coming up, is 1.15. This means that they're actually developing something new for World of Warcraft Classic. We don't know what it is. Season of Mastery 2 maybe? Maybe fresh servers? Maybe Classic plus Vanilla or something like that? Or maybe Hardcore? Or maybe everything together? I don't know. But I'm excited because if this becomes real, it's gonna be so fun. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who are gonna try it. I know this for a fact. But yeah, I've seen some people actually suggest like, oh, this hardcore thing should also be in retail. And honestly, to be honest, I don't think it should be because the fun part of hardcore is the actual leveling experience, and leveling in retail is extremely easy. The hard part of retail is the raids, but everything else is easier, like in terms of leveling at least. So the fun part is to play in classic WoW, level up a character from level 1 to 60 without dying. That's the whole idea of the challenge. Trust me, it's hard. It's really hard. By the way, if you get inside a cave, deep inside, I recommend you using your Hearthstone to get out. So make sure that before you get inside a cave, make sure you don't have cooldown on your Hearthstone. Because if you get out normally, you may be surprised. You're gonna see a lot of mobs just respawning out of the blue and killing you. That happened to me, and it happens to a lot of people. So don't do that mistake. Use a Hearthstone and get the hell out of there safe. Because it's risky, it's dangerous, peligroso. But what really sucks is that you're not clicking the like button and you're not subscribing. Because if you love World of Warcraft and video games, you should subscribe. That's it. And also, if you want to see me playing World of Warcraft on a Steam Deck and how I set it up and everything, you can watch this video right here. Because you should. If you don't watch it, I'll be really sad.